For today's video, I'm going to show you how you can clean your trainers, sneakers in the washing machine. Yes, it is possible, but there are a few precautions we need to take in order not to ruin our shoes in the washer. There are many pitfalls here, but we're going to go through everything step by step so that your shoes gets nice and clean and not ruined in the process as well here. So the first thing I will say is that we should open up the shoes here and just remove the laces as well as the insoles. Alright, so once the shoes are disassembled here, we are going to take these parts here, the actual shoes, and we're just going to brush off the worst of the dirt on it so that we don't have to bring that into the washing machine. This is going to suck if we're going to wash other clothes along with it, and when they come out of the washing machine, you know, they're full of grass or dirt. Also, I want to note here, if your shoes are damaged like these ones that I have here, you should sew them up before you toss them into the washing machine, because the washing machine is just going to exacerbate this problem, going to rip even further from the agitation from the washing machine. So I don't really care about these shoes because they're old, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, just take some simple needle and thread and you can just sew them together, whether it's a little bit of a rip at the side or if it's just from wear and tear. Take this laces and stuff away from here. Tor from the future cutting in as I'm sitting and editing this video. I would like to note that if you really want to get rid of this green tint that you see on the sole, you could consider scrubbing the shoes down or even soaking them in some enzyme-based detergent during this phase. You could also consider using something like this Vanish. This is oxygen-based bleach. I've made videos on that in the past that I can link up in the cards here at the top of the video. But just for general purpose, if your shoes aren't really discolored, not a big deal, then just continue as I did in the video. And let's just scrub off the worst there. This doesn't need to be detailed at all, just, you know, fast and easy is the way to go with this. So the next step that we need is that we're going to use a laundry bag here. You don't have to use a laundry bag, but it is going to preserve the shoes further so they don't snag like in the little parts of the washing machine that can rip even worse. So I am going to place the shoes into a laundry bag here. This one was a little bit small, so I'm actually going to go ahead and use 2 laundry bags instead of 1. Now at this point you have a choice. You can either hand wash the soles as well as the laces, or you can throw them into the washing machine inside the washing bags. What I would recommend is that you wash the laces along with the shoes inside the bags here, but for the soles themselves, I would hand wash them. The reason is, if you put them in the washing machine, they have a tendency to fall apart even inside the mesh bags. It is up to you. It's not the hassle to wash them. Also, if they just smell, I have made a video on that in the past, so you can check out how to just remove the smell quick and easy. On the shoes, for the purposes of this video, what we're going to do is that I am going to hand wash this, and I'm going to show you how to do it after we throw the shoes into the washing machine and start that process. So if you don't have one of these mesh bags, what you could also use alternatively would be something like an old pillowcase or an old sheet that you tie together would probably work fine. But again, if they are white, they're not going to be white anymore when you wash them together with something colored. They're going to be slightly discolored, just so you're aware of that. Anyway, let's move over to the washing machine here, and I'm going to show you how to set up the washing machine properly here to wash the shoes. So first thing first, throw the shoes into the washing machine here. What you can do in addition to adding the shoes is add a little bit extra clothes here for padding. It's not necessary, it won't damage the machine if you don't add anything more, but you may hear that little clong, 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 clong sound as the shoes are washing. So I'd say find something of a similar color and throw it in there if you want to. Again, not essential. I have seen some other YouTubers recommend that you use towels. I would definitely steer clear of adding white towels in with the black shoes, for example. That is going to lead to a mess. Also, the towels are way too thick to clean at the settings we're going to use on the shoes here. So better off just tossing some t-shirts or something if you want to add that. Anyway, what we're going to do next here is just close up the washing machine and we're going to turn it on here. So as for the settings, you have a little bit of an option here. You can either just do a quick wash, or you can do something like delicate wash. I think we are going to aim for the delicate wash here. That's going to be one of the gentlest setting on the washing machine. We're also going to turn down the temperature here. You want to turn the temperature down as much as possible because the glue on the shoes can actually loosen if you use too hot of a temperature. Also, anything above 20 degrees Celsius, you run into the problem of the garments actually shrinking, which would be horrible on the shoes. And yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and turn that down to cold water here. Also, we're going to turn down the spin cycle to I think we're just going to turn the spin cycle off here. But if you have just a little bit of spinning going, not going to be a horrible problem, especially if you add the step there with the t-shirts or something like that. Next step here, we are going to add detergent. For this particular use case, I actually recommend that you go ahead and use liquid detergent. You could probably use sheets as well, but I would skip over pods as well as powder detergent because it won't have time to dissolve, because this is a pretty short setting, and on top of that we're using cold water, which means it doesn't have time to dissolve, and shoes are pretty thick and they're open. So you're going to end up with detergent residue. If you insist on using powdered or pods, I would pre-dissolve them in some water before you toss it into the washer. But in our case, we're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of liquid detergent here. Now, since this is a quick wash, we don't need much at all. I'm going to go for 10 milliliter, 15 maybe. Also, I hope this goes without saying, but no fabric softener and no bleach in here. Anyway, let's close up here and we are ready to go like that. Now the washer is going to take care of the shoes for us, and while that is doing that, we are going to go ahead and we are going to wash the laces as well as the soles. Alright, so to wash the soles and as well as the laces of the shoes that we have in the washer, we're going to add some water to this basin area. If you don't have one of these utility sinks, it's not a problem to do this in a regular sink or even just a little portable basin that you may have available. Just important here, don't use hot water again. Moderately temperate water is fine. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the same detergent that we used on the shoes just for simplicity. But if you have like regular soap or even vinegar or baking soda too, I'd say, that's going to help a lot as well for this cleaning process. But you know what, let's just keep it simple and use the detergent. We're not going to need much detergent here. I'm just going to add a tiny bit here, let's just say 10-15 milliliters, split between the shoes as well as the laces here. And from here it's as simple as getting in there with your hands and cleaning out the shoes. You could use a brush too if you are so inclined. But the most important thing when you're hand washing something like this is that you agitate the garments a little bit. Make sure you get all the cleaning products inside the actual fabrics. And from there it's as simple as, once you feel like it's adequately cleaned here, we're going to remove this water and we're just going to rinse off all the things here. That is to remove any of the residue that may still be stuck inside any of these items, even the soles or the laces here. Alright, so that's it for the laces and soles. So we are going to hang it next, but I'm going to go ahead and wait until this cycle finishes here. Alright, so I am back and let's have a look at the results here for the shoes. Dun, 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 dun. And here we can see the shoes. Nice and clean. So to dry the shoes here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this drying rack that we have here. And how you want to place the shoes when you dry them, start with the heel here facing down, and you want to take the tongue and kind of wring it out. What you also want to do here is place, there needs to be some heat and circulations for the shoes to dry faster. You could also stuff them with some little towels or pat them down with towels. That is going to decrease the drying time for the shoes. If you leave them like this and it's reasonably hot, they should be dry in a day or so. So it's up to you. You could even crumble up some newspaper, I've seen people do, and toss it into the shoes. I would probably not do that. I think probably hand towels and rags is the way to go to pat it down. Just keep in mind that the rags are going to be wet afterward as well. But that's going to significantly reduce drying time. You definitely don't want to put it into the dryer, as what can happen if you put these shoes in the dryer is that the glue can actually start to separate the sole of the shoe from the top of the shoe. You really don't want that, right? Anyways, the shoes are really clean and nice now. So I'm just going to let these dry up here. And once they're done, we can put them back together, put the soles in, and then relace the shoes, and they should be good as new. I hope you liked this video. I have also made another one here on how to remove smell from shoes really quickly. Really liked that video. Subscribe if you like these types of cleaning videos, and I'll see you in the next one.